Welcome back.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Let me run something past you.
You looking greasy as ever.
Am I? Do I look greasy? I look greasy?
I know. I'm just
Okay.
talking ish.
Let me run something past you.
Mm-hmm.
Before you answer it, I want you to think hard.
You even got to say that.
I know. I'm using you as an example.
Oh, we'll start off that way, my butt.
Before any of you guys blurt out an answer, I want you to think hard while I ask this.
Don't be priming the gun. Let it prime itself. What are you doing? Look at me when I'm talking to you, man. But go on, spit it out.
You ready?
Spit it out. Let's talk about it.
All right. Is our thoughts truly ours?
I mean, who's doing the thinking for us if they're not? That would mean someone's doing the it's either they're doing the thinking for us or we're extrapolating some sort of conscious thought through the ether, like how we share ideas of, if I come up with a flying balloon, John 3,000 miles away comes up with the same idea, or we tapped in some sort of ethereal library, some sort of ether library. Is that what you're thinking?
I mean, it's truly to each his own, but I'm still having a hard time trying to come up with an answer for that, because I don't want to just, do what mainstream scientists do and throw the baby out with the bathwater.
That's a horrible thing to do with a baby.
When I think about a question like that, is our thoughts our own thoughts? And yet, there's so many shared ideas. And I mean, I guess when I look at that question, I ultimately keep coming up with the same thought in my mind, and that is, everything I've learned and understand and or understood has been taught to me from someone else's thoughts, ideations. So then I had to keep going back to, okay, so what is originally
yours?
Mine. I mean, you guys help me out with this.
I mean, I see what you're building. I see the house you're building. You got a great base. I'm going to tell you that. Okay, you poured a solid foundation. I'm intrigued, my good sir. I have to narrow this down with you. How much is from them teaching us, and how much of that is me speaking on what I'm learning about? What? Yeah. Oh. If you're thinking about it, that leaves it up. It's so open. That means you're so moldable.
Right.
How much of your personality is you then?
I mean, I guess that would go back to the question of who you are.
Ay.
And when people hurry up and answer that question, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a father, or that's not exactly what I want to hear, but I mean, it's subjective.
It is.
I don't think there's a wrong answer, but slow down.
And really give it some thought.
Because this question I just presented, it is complex here.
Hey, outside of genetics, do you think because if your mother raised you, right, and you think you're you, yourself, but how much of that is your mother as well?
And her mother.
And how much of that is in you that you've retained to maybe leech on to your personality? You would take the traits outside of genetics, that you would take the traits of the personality as well, of the parent. So how much molding has really been done to us?
I mean, think about it. Mom was a nurse. She just retired. We went into the medical field with understanding. And we did it for quite some time. She suffers from a bleeding heart. We do too.
You take the traits. I mean, I'm sure genetics, you have these specific traits, but I'm talking like can we say the personality is its own trait? Can we say that? Think about that first.
Yeah.
Is that a trait?
Let me think, man.
And then my other question
still
is,
fuck with the first question.
and then my other question before I forget it. If as a child,
Well, you should save some for tomorrow then.
this is relative.
Okay.
As a child, if they put you in a blank space, they taught you nothing. They fed you, they said nothing to you. You learned the language, right? They're just the alphabets. There's no imprint on that, right? We can agree. You're just getting the alphabets.
Why are we throwing the alphabet?
But wait. They put you in this room, and you grow up in this room in somewhat solitude. Now, what does that look like as far as what you think about and who you are? And let me know if those thoughts then are yours because you haven't been molded.
Of course they are. I don't even have to take time to.
Right.
But why throw the alphabet in? That's a molding.
Because I just want you to have enough to form thoughts and words in your mind, right? Just the education.
Okay. Now I'm gonna fight back. Okay.
It's only for means. It's only for means of a communication. I know what you're gonna do.
Okay.
You're gonna go deeper.
Okay.
But we need that for means of communication.
Okay.
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 All right.
No.
Yeah, you got to go deeper. God bless.
Because we are trying to obtain your own makeup, your own experience, what you see.
Okay, but if you're in a room by yourself, you got nothing to go off of.
Okay, so you're let me see if I'm following.
Yes.
A group of scientists are peering in on an individual who's
Yes.
just been in this room his entire life.
Unscathed
right?
by
Unscathed. Now, what is this individual looking at? Is there artwork on the ground?
Okay, listen.
Or are we in a cave somewhere with artificial lighting?
Okay.
And we're just being handed food?
Okay. Minimal contact. You're in whatever setting you could imagine.
Okay.
Right? You got a window.
Okay.
Right?
Because that window is adding context.
That's good. That's
Okay.
good. But it's not saying anything. It doesn't have
Okay.
any words.
Okay.
It can say whatever.
Okay.
The only vocabulary this person gets is the education of just knowing words and what they mean. So we can communicate. I'm just going to throw that in there.
Okay.
If I got to get down to the nitty gritty.
Because you want to know what the person is experiencing.
And I want to know what the person is thinking without anybody laying their imprint on them.
So there has to be a form of communication. It's not like we can use telepathy or something.
Yes.
And if you don't use the communication form, then it would take years to teach a person how to communicate with us.
And just to wrap up this wild little lucid scenario, what are those his thoughts then now? Because in the beginning you were saying we get these thoughts from these teachers, from people we hang around, how we integrate it, and how much of ourselves and personality is from our mothers and from our friends and people we idolize. But if you strip all that away, if you strip it down to the bare self, to just you and what your interpretations are without any human imprint, what do your thoughts look like?
They're going to be as pure as they could possibly be.
And then would you ever question if those thoughts were mine?
Like because we're twins, or you would just be this random individual?
Just this hypothetical scenario here. You posed the question as we are now, how we've integrated with society.
I think it's hard to answer something like that
because you haven't experienced
because everything we think now has been taught to us.
Right.
So I can't answer that.
And that's why I'm asking the question.
I can't answer it.
So I'm going to try my best to answer it because I've obviously thought about it.
Okay. Be quick. Come on.
I think, wait, gotta take my time. I think when you look outside and you probably see a tree, the sky, you can formulate something in your mind from obviously the dictionary that you've been taught by, like, okay, in illustration, that's beautiful. You don't know any negative shit. So what could you conjure? I think the thoughts would be pure consciousness of the moment. They wouldn't have a past and they wouldn't have a beginning because you've been teaching yourself. You don't know time other than the day and night cycle. And so you don't have the job, you don't have the stress, you don't have the outside worries. You're talking like a pristine mind here. And what does a pristine mind look like? God only knows. There's no pun in that, but that is what you call an unscathed, unimprinted mind.
Right.
And what that looks like is probably a beautiful thing. It'd be curious as all get out.
Okay.
Curiosity would be in your favor.
Right. I wouldn't agree with some of the things, but I agree with most of the things you're saying.
Good.
But concept like you're thinking now would not be in a person's mind.
And I'm trying not to think of that.
Right. But just you giving,
hypothetical.
Right. Just whatever knowledge we have based on this hypothetical.
Yes.
That would not be the ramblings of that person. I can't even say if that person would be trying to calculate, oh shit, this sun comes up and down, and it appears to have some kind of a timing behind it. I think that may be slowly introduced into, but who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows if a person even wants to learn those things?
Right.
You may, these things can't be answered.
Right.
But do I think that's true freedom into finding out who that individual is? Absolutely.
Yeah. Damn.
The next question before we go, the next question would be, add in 15 to 16 more participants and see if something else doesn't come from it.
And there you go. So now you're throwing in the human equation.
No. You just
Okay.
introduce the female into the room and another male and another female.
Okay. Yeah, and that's where the human
And that's another study in itself.
Yeah, that's where the human evolution
Because they've
part
never
comes in.
seen another one of them.
Right. That's where it all starts over. It'd be nice to know if we can sanction off some sort of sanctuary somewhere in the vast desert and run that kind of scenario.
I think it's probably if you can manifest it, it's probably being done.
And I'm curious to know.
Because it goes back to my number one question.
Wait, but I'm curious to know if something like that, if we start over the same shit, or do we take a different path as humans?
Okay, that just goes back to the question at hand. Is our thoughts truly ours?
I gave multiple scenarios.
Right. And it ended up coming full circle again.
Yeah. So at this point, they're either ours or they're part of some greater conscious ether that we can extrapolate these ideas and thoughts from. Now, as far as twins, we say the same shit at the same time. It's a shared mind. So what do you say about that? If is it not you and I doing that?
It might be.
I don't know. No, it's a good question.
It is. And I'll entertain it later.
And it has different avenues.
I'll entertain that shit later. But until next time.
Same sort time.
Same sort channel. Peace.
Yeah. Well.
It's a very interesting topic.
Fastest stream ever, hands down. Y'all have a good night. We'll catch y'all later.
It's a very interesting topic.
You sit and think about that because for those of you that believe in consciousness, we got to ask ourselves, truly, what is it? And how is it connected to others? Because we know if there's consciousness, it's a sea of it, and it's all connected.
Let us know if you're coming in Kent Spong.
Spongellis.
And don't be creeping in the dark.
Or creep in the dark.
Or
shit.
creep in the dark, damn. However you do it. But we were on this long walk today, and as we do on a 7-mile walk, we pick one of you music artists out there, we go on your playlist, and we just let it rip for 3 hours. And we were listening to a little bit of Traitor to the Living. We were listening to a little bit of Harmonic Sonics. We were listening to a lot of 1 hour and 47 minutes of This World Needs a Hero. Just pick,
Yeah, we did.
just pick 3 random people and
Yes, we did.
We hit play.
And well, what was it? Exactly 1 hour into it, there was this jam from Hero that we were vibing hard on.
Right. I think it was exactly 1 hour in.
We'll have to get in there and play that shit.
We'll have to bring that up one day.
Y'all know what we're doing. We're trying something different here. So I'm trying to catch up on this chat because a lot of y'all had a lot of good things to say.
And then Kent, man, I'm sorry to hear that fucking reflux is back.
Yeah. Damn it, I had it last night too.
And this time it means business.
Kent's reflux in theaters now.
And this time it means business. Suggesting that this is a part 2 of the film. Feel better, Kent. We do miss you on Monkey Island. Good sir. While he's looking back, I hope you guys, if you exercise or you study martial arts or you take long walks or you have a meditative spot or something you do that just puts you in the zone and you ponder these questions and you be fair about them. Kid Jervis is here. Uncle Chrome is here.
Let me get some of these thoughts out.
This world needs a hero is here.
Hands, Vo, Awkward Teeth.
Space Capsule, Apollo Hanzo.
KTM, Samurai.
Reconsider it, Sketchpad.
Harmonic Sonics, Probes, Apollo.
Damn, why we sounding like that, bruh?
RDV. Reconsider it, Sketchpad.
I said that. Did you already say Hansvo?
I said Hans. I said Doommonger. I said all types of things.
If Hans is still here, I don't know if he is. He could be in and out. If he's still here, somebody let us know later on down the line if he comes back in or if he's still here.
Recon says we are thinking thoughts in each other's heads. That's fascinating. We are actually placing these thoughts in each other's heads constantly.
That is fascinating.
That's fascinating.
I mean, I would kind of be on board with that.
Harmonic Sonic says, got to be able to tell the difference. This world needs a hero, says Paradox Vibes, bang, bang. And we get down to it. We are the filters of frequency is what Sammy says.
Oh, Samurai is here.
Probe says all these babies in bathwater, like a soup, like a primordial soup. That's all right, Probes, I got you. Wookie says, who am I? I am Wookie. Simples. Humans.
Warheart Arts is in. I didn't see him come in, creep in.
Wookie says he's just him. Those are his thoughts. He's Wookie. Who else would I be? I mean, that's what we're living right now. Let's see here. You guys got a lot of stuff, man.
Stuff.
Crumb says our parents are both role models and cautionary tales. Yo, your parents is trying to teach you about life if you don't want to listen to the cautionary tale. which as you know, as young people, our parents can't teach us shit. You want to know why?
Because we know it all.
Because we fucking know it all. Teenagers, we done already built our origami boats and our origami paddles.
And our origami hats.
And when our parents told us something, we just got on our boat and we fucked off.
Kissing the machines.
Space Capsule says, your thoughts can in fact be instigated by others.
Who said that?
Space Capsule.
Okay, shit.
What y'all think about that? Our thoughts can be...
I think that's close to the form of telepathy.
Our thoughts can be instigated by others.
Our thoughts can be instigated by others.
You see, there's this hidden thing that we can't see. We know sound is there, right? We know that it has a vibration. It's almost tangible because what do our senses say? We can feel it, we can hear it. That's 2 of them down. We just can't see it and taste it. But we know it's there. And what are these thoughts? What kind of vibration do they have? When I send you a mind bullet and you catch the bullet, it's obviously directed towards you. There's some sort of filter that's closed off, man. Like Samurai says, man, that we're just trying to find the frequency. And within our bodies, we have this filter we can sweep. And I think that bad boy is on close right now when we need to open her up.
Harmonic Sonic says we don't think in a vacuum, probably.
No, it's a ether, man. We extrapolate. You ever wonder why when that guy has an idea and that guy has an idea and they come up with it roughly at the same time? And they're like, where'd you get your idea from? And he's like, well, I got my idea from, well, where'd you get your idea from? And nobody knows. It's the consciousness ether. We think alike.
And people have the same ideas. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I had the same idea. And maybe you're not a twin and you were talking to someone else and was like, I was thinking the same thing. I had the same idea.
Recon says localized consciousness is nature's solution to entropy. Damn. Recon be thinking too. That boy be sitting on the shitter thinking.
Chrome said, how to people who grew up without language.
Damn.
Is he saying in?
I'm still far up.
Intimate thoughts?
I'm still far up. I haven't gotten down there that far. I'm trying to catch up.
Is the idea of the words meaningless? Oh, how do? I told you, Chrome, I'm a literal reader, and I think it's some kind of subliminal message in that. You know I just got a GED. Stop fucking with me, Chrome.
Man, geez, Crumb, I mean, how do we find out? The only way to find out for sure is we have to run the scenario. All these scenarios have to be ran. I just wish there was a way to quantify this shit. I wish there was a readily way where we could prove thoughts are sitting right in front of our very perception. I don't know.
Chrome said, if one is born deaf, what are words?
I mean, they're just ideas, right? Even an apple is somebody's idea of what that particular item or fruit is, right? I mean, we're describing something and we're coming up with a universal way of saying it. But what if that universal derivative of our language is just meaningless? What if it really is just a red thing that you can just eat and consume?
I'm with you. I'm trying to read these too. Shit, bro.
Hang
on. Reconsider a Sketchpad said, there have been cases of people who grew up in isolation, like literally locked in a closet and not learning language or social skills. It gets real primal. Jervis says, vibrations. That's a whole nother thing too, vibration. You can't see it, but it's there. You can feel it.
Okay, so back to what Chrome was saying. If a person is deaf, there's no meaning in words for this person other than like sign language, obviously, right? Mm-hmm. If you put this person in a room and you pump a lot of sound, bass, right? Does that person, because they don't know how to contact, they don't know what hearing is, but they feel this vibration in their body. At what point does that person think, what the hell is happening to me? Why do I feel that? And is this magic? Or whatever that person's thoughts may be.
And the sound could be either harsh or soothing.
Or however they feel it.
Right. Well, that's how they're going to feel it.
Yeah, but
it's either going to be played in frequencies that are harsh,
right,
or soothing.
Do you guys think if a deaf person, if you were to play a minor key,
Yes, there is a deaf person too that's in the in the orchestra currently.
and he goes by vibration. She
is-
goes by vibration.
She's been deaf her entire life.
Oh my God. Going by the vibration. What kind of language is that we're not privy to when someone can live their life by the vibration of the world
And be in an orchestra too.
and be in an orchestra?
And know what key she's in and be on point.
Now, what does that look like?
Truly, like, what does it look like? Blind. What about being blind and not being able to have visual representation, having to construct things
On just hearing.
in the mind's eye?
Warhart says we're going to be in the brain study one day. They probably can't get enough fucking twins to dissect.
What was her name, Vicky? I remember this woman who went through her entire life with music and played with an orchestra. I forget her name.
Man,
Chrome got it. Evelyn Glennie.
Evelyn Glennie.
That's it. Evelyn, go look her up. Okay, we probably got like an hour or so. So let's do this. Sammy said, "Loving the shirts and hat." I know we don't.
Yeah, we really don't. I mean, today we dressed alike. We didn't
I didn't even recognize that.
I didn't even notice you was wearing what I was noticing, or saw what you noticed when you was wearing it.
And I was looking at the screen here, and I was like, "Wait a minute, why do I keep doing that?" Then
I know.
Then I realized that's not me.
And I got the gray shorts on. It's not me.
But without ado, let's. The monkeys are going in Antarctica.
Behind the 13-year ice wall.
And we're gonna figure out like what's really going on here.
Wait, before we get into it, I got a hot question. We got time for a hot question?
Hurry up and shoot the hot question.
The hot question is, when y'all get into a swimming pool,
Mm-hmm.
are you the type of dude just to jump in, or are you that motherfucker that just likes to go in
And
one half at a time?
Slowly,
Submerge yourself.
yeah, acclimate to the temperatures.
How many of y'all just jumpers and how many of y'all just goddamn procrastinators?
Wookie says she plays barefoot so she can feel the music through her feet. She is a genius. Goddamn, Wookie, that's
There you go.
her.
There you go.
That's beautiful.
There you go. That's what she doing.
I mean, think about that. Think about that. Feeling the vibrations of everything through her feet.
So let me see here now. Bicky says he'll jump in. Bicky's the type just to go ahead and jump in. He ain't got time to wait. He's there for a purpose.
Samurai said, jump in front of the chicks.
Slow when solo. I'm a jumper. Chrome says I'm a
said
jumper.
I'm a jumper.
Harmonic Sonic says it depends. It depends on what, my boy? That's crazy as hell. I jump straight in, says Trader to the Living. Freezing cold. Even if it's cold, he jumping straight in.
Roy said, I let someone else get in first because the kid in school got
Chemical burns,
burn.
and pool ones.
Damn, they
you got
shocked her.
traumatized, my boy.
They shocked the shit out of that.
Yeah, they did. 5 seconds of
trepidation.
Yeah, then in. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, don't we? Let's just get over
I'll
this.
test it first before jumping in, though, so I know what I'm jumping
into.
into.
Damn.
Yeah.
Vicky said.
So some of y'all are thinkers.
Vicky said, "Hold on here.
Yeah, some of y'all thinking.
If somebody shocked the hell out of this pool and not go
Yeah.
bibby gulp, that's my fault for not checking the odor
Yeah.
and the stiffness of this water drink."
A small piece of force for you, Kent. Hope it helps. Yeah, get well, Kent. Fuck.
Warhart says, "I procrastinate.
Working for a better tomorrow.
tomorrow. Okay.
I mean, hey, look, there's a lot of ways people can answer that question, and you did.
Yes, that's. But look, but it tells me
Sometimes before you jump into something, Samurai, Synth, Neanderthal.
You might want to check that shit out first.
He said, I'm going in.
He was
Slow up some, bro.
Yeah,
Like, put your toe in there, man. It could be
Yeah,
a pool of acid.
He don't care. He gotta jump in
Like,
for them ladies.
I'm going in. Fuck y'all.
He gotta do it for the ladies.
I'm going in. Fuck y'all.
And you know what it also tells me about your guys' pool decision? It tells me who's the first one to jump into shit.
And who's over analytical. A lot of y'all just over analytical. Get your ass in that swimming pool. Stop fucking around.
What it's telling me.
Jervis says, I creep dive.
I creep when I dive.
And that's no lie. I wake up with boogers in my eye. Okay, now, enough stalling. The monkeys are going into our Antarctica. You saw the thumbnail.
Probe says he gonna piss in it first and see if it changed colors. It's a wrap.
Y'all know what's up.
It's a wrap.
Okay, this first video, I just suggest we just, we look at it. Give it some time. Listen. It all ties in one way or another. Okay, who's going to take these dudes for face value?
Not your biasness.
Did this guy really read some documents from the Nazi regime in that time? It's true that whole regime were highly into the esoteric world. They were trying to build UFOs. A lot of people say
the Nazi bail,
that UFO bail that they tried to get to fly off, that Hitler was really into a lot of the Hindu type
ufology.
Yeah, because the people in India, their whole religion is based on aliens coming to Earth and their gods, and they've even built architecture that represents the god's spaceships. And Hitler was really into this stuff, and I think their technology was getting far more superior than the U.S. at the time. Hence, that's why we robbed all of their scientists and brought them here. But they were building some weird things, and Hitler was taking a lot of weird drugs. And
it's all backlogged, and I think that all stemmed from that Roswell incident.
Yeah,
like
the
all
Manas,
that, all that ties in together. They know some things prior. They knew some things after. That's part of the legacy program I'm talking about. A lot of people think it was just the U.S.
Right.
It was multiple countries involved with this.
Yeah. Warhart Art said a crazy regime into crazy shit. For real. Jervis said Operation Paperclip.
There you go.
We're going to get there, Jervis. A lot of people don't know about Operation Paperclip.
Or they think it's been debunked by people that they can't vet. Probably somebody the government enlisted.
Samurai said Nazis started NASA, pure gold.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I think they did in a weird way, bro. Like, amphetamines have God, have peace. Oh, shit. Harmonic Sonics, they don't know everything, and that's what bugs them. Word up. Space capsule, the Soviet nuclear program benefited a lot from Germany's program.
Oh, hell yeah.
The Wookiee. Hitler had someone who read the tarot cards every morning before he made decisions. See, that's that esoteric stuff he was into.
Yep.
And he put a lot of money into trying to build UFOs. That's true story. How many of y'all know about the Bales?
Yeah. Yeah. Werner von Braun was in fact an SS general. Von Braun even said his last on his deathbed, his last words were, and what about the alien false flag invasion? The last card, the last card, the alien false flag invasion.
Chrome, do you remember what Hindu or Indian book Von Braun read from that gave him the idea? Was it the Torah? But he was heavily into the esoteric of the Indian culture and their gods. It was a certain book Von Braun read and was like, I am now the creator of death and
the destroyer of worlds.
And a destroyer of worlds.
Probably butchering that, but you guys get the gist.
Yeah, the Torah. No, that's Hebrew. No. Okay, thanks, Bicky. Yeah, that's what it was.
The Maharabana.
Yeah, that's what it was, Jervis.
Bharat, the Maharab. Fuck it. Y'all can read.
The Mahabharata.
Mahabharata. I don't know.
The Mahabharata. I don't know, but I'm hope.
Okay, Warhart. Thank you. That was Oppenheimer. Yeah, because he was the nuclear
Oh, it was
guy.
Oppenheimer.
Yes. See there?
It was Oppenheimer. Never mind.
There you go. We got help in this goddamn.
See, I knew we could pull it together as a community. Look at us. Look at us go. Look at us go.
Fuck Google. We can do our own fact checking right here.
Okay, Meryl, let's get through the rest of this video. Let's hear what else they have to say, because some of this stuff kind of lines up. They was into some crazy stuff. Okay, so why? I wonder if we can look this up while we're here today. Were the Nazis looking into orphans? Were they looking to repopulate their culture, their crazy ways down in Antarctica? Why was it majority women? Why were they so invested in Antarctica? And what did he think what did they think they were going to find there? And then they killed one of the lead scientists who had some wild esoteric ideas. I mean, it's so fascinating. Let's just say, even if this story is not true, and this dude is not reading the documents he says he's reading, okay?
Then it's a fantastical tale.
It's fantastic. But knowing what we already know, what was going on, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say,
absolutely, they did.
A lot of this is probably true.
Maybe not all the facts, but some of this shit.
I'm venturing to say that they tried and they've done a lot of things that were left out of the historical books. Let's go, Daryl. So that stream now is unavailable, and it's supposedly we could use it. And now they want to say it's unavailable. I just don't get it. We had this stuff verified.
It was veritucked.
All these videos were verified through YouTube. We could watch them.
It was veritucked.
And now they say, you got too many people watching this.
I don't know. It's only 23 of us. Truly, 23 people can't bring down a system, not the man.
So you try to verify the videos, you try to see if it's okay, and they go, nope, we can't be talking about this live. I bet you they'll let it pass on long form stuff. It's silly. Why can't we view things like this?
Isn't that thing where AI right now, because it has no sort of
It's under copyright free.
Yeah.
We pulled this off of copyright free. You can run it on YouTube as much as you want.
But isn't AI doing something with people as far as copyrights too? They're like ripping people off.
Ripping people off. I mean,
it's bullshit is what I'm saying.
There's just so many things we were getting ready to show you. I wonder if the next video will be allowed. I don't know now. But this next video, I wonder if she can just show a picture. It appears in Antarctica, somewhere in the middle of the continent. There appears to be something or some things that look like tanks, military tanks per se. But they're bigger. They're about 70 feet apiece, like 70 feet long and 40 feet wide. They look identical, but they look like tanks, and they're huge.
Jeez.
And right in front of it looks like something crash landed. It scarred the earth for a good maybe mile and a half and came to a halt. That's what it looks like. And at the end of the scorched earth lies a huge metallic object. You can look this picture up.
How old is it? Do we know?
Hans says, maybe just play the audio. I don't know, but they suggest that it's been there for quite some time. And Marelyn, if you're listening, maybe you can pull it. It's on the... Let's see.
We have that picture pulled up. Are we going to be able to see that, what you just described?
Yeah. I'm going to have her just pull an image of it up.
I don't think I've seen this picture. I'm thinking about it.
Okay, Marelyn, if you go to the second video, 3 minutes and 11 seconds in, get a snapshot of that. Actually, I might be able to do that right now and send it to you. Yep, I can. Bear with me, people. We're having to adjust on the fly. Which, it's all good. This is what you do when you live. You improvise.
Okay, here's the picture.
Oh, she found it.
I mean, these things do look spaced out, kind of.
So they're saying that this was there
strategically,
for a very long time. And as the ice gets thinner, it starts to reveal more and more of itself.
Look at the shadows, though. Look at the peaks, like those.
Look at the snowdrift on this.
These peaks are actually coming off the surface of the, of whatever the object is. And you can tell by the shadows what they kind of look like. They look like almost like finnish, like a fin.
It kind of makes you wonder if this is attached to one large thing that's still buried.
I see.
Look at the thing that kind of just landed in front of them. Look at the right angle turns, or maybe they're not tanks. Maybe they're actually facilities. I don't know. It's when we can't hear the audio, we're trying to We're trying to figure out
Yeah. KTM says something.
If we play this again,
If something crashed and whoever it belonged to haven't troubled us since, maybe we'll be okay. I don't know. Will we? Or they could chuck another tank at us. I don't know. If that shit does belong to somebody, I mean, what does that say?
what's the chances that there's something going on in Antarctica and we don't know about it?
I say the chances are high because I don't trust my government. And if my government doesn't even talk about Antarctica, then you know it's some big shit.
I guess
Antarctica.
They could be just equipment stashes. They could, but in the actual documentary, it says they were saying that that's been there for thousands of years. So I guess it could, but it also looked like there was a thawing over time too. So,
Chrome said 100% could because we don't pay attention there. You want to know why we don't pay attention there, Chrome? Because they don't want to bring that shit to attention. You got to dig in the deep recesses of the dark web to even think about getting into Antarctica.
okay, that's the thing, Wookie. He's asking, where are these relative to the South Pole or to the pole? Okay, so when you go to Google Maps or go to any app you can and try to view Antarctica, I dare anyone to do it. Go see with your own lying eyes.
How much pixelation and how much blur and artifact and obfuscation.
If there's nothing to see there,
why all the obfuscation?
we could see all the other countries just fine.
Why all the heavy Minecraft gigabytes?
And the only thing you can see is the Davis station or something they want you to see. And the resolution on just that one spot is very nice. It's very good.
Very, very good. That's what he's saying.
And if you go and look anywhere else in Antarctica,
you won't get very, very good looking
you just get
images.
you just get numbers and more obfuscation.
You get the Minecraft treatment. They treating us like we in the game of Minecraft. Go on and look for yourselves, damn it.
Here's another thing. You know, I thought Sin Samurai was on some bullshit, or he was bullshitting me, or maybe he was trolling me, but turns out he wasn't. A large part of Antarctica, you cannot just simply dock and get off your boat. There's not a lot of areas there where you can just say, land ahoy, and hop on your skiff and go to land. No, some of these ice walls are up to 50, 100, 200 feet up in the air. You can't get on the land unless you land on it. That's another thing. The ice wall is real.
Yeah. What's more mind-boggling is we get more pictures and feedback from the government with our ocean and space than we do Antarctica.
Dude, when we want to go look at like drug cartels, or if we're at war and we need to go view to see if somebody has weapons of mass destruction, we can zoom in to the size of a dinner plate.
Probably more now because that technology was 10, 12, 15 years ago.
Right? And yet you can look at army bases. You can look at Area 51 just fine. Imagine that. We all know a lot of things are underground, but you can look at Area 51 and look at the landscape. You can look anywhere you want.
You can look at Nellis Air Force Base. You can look at Wright Pat.
Go look at China. Go look at Russia. Go see some of the weird structures in Russia out in the middle of nowhere. Do your homework. Some weird shit out in the middle of nowhere.
No, Bicky, we not in Minecraft. I know, right? You think with all the blurry pictures they send us.
Why go pixelated then? Why go pixelated? It's the same thing with the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Really go look at the moon. A lot of it is just
out,
washed out. Go look at Mars. We sent 4K HD cameras there, and yet everything comes back pixelated and blurry.
But some pictures come back marvelous to the finest of finest detail. And you telling me NASA is just going to be like, oh, we'll take this shitty picture and just wait for a clear one. Let's just get out of this area. Hell no. And I think it's JPL that runs it, the rovers. You think they're not taking multiple pictures until they get crystal clear ones back? They tell us the rovers are not moving, but do we really know? We only get what they tell us. And how much of that you gonna believe?
I mean, I would agree with that too, Wookie. What link did Chrome put out? I would agree with that too, Wookie, but here's my thing, Wooks. We got great cameras.
Great cameras.
Even if they use weather balloons or helicopters or satellites.
They're good cameras.
These things can zoom. I mean, okay, let's just step back. Look at a telescope. You ever see James Dyson's pictures from his telescope? Amazing. That's just amateur stuff. Amateur. Go look at the cameras we have facing at the moon and why we just don't ever have anything zoomed in all the way. Where we can literally, we're in 2025, we should all be able to look at the moon.
China's on it.
China's on the backside of it, zoomed in all the way.
We're running the Artemis mission for returning to the moon.
Space Capsule said we can tell which way a guy combed over his
goddamn head,
receding hairline.
The Artemis missions right now that NASA is conducting is for re-landing on the moon, and they've been mapping out places to land. And you know they're not sending some goddamn wound up camera on that $1 billion satellite.
Okay, Chrome said those are Landsat images of Antarctica. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at this.
We got the technology, people. The technology is there. We can look at Europa, crystal clear pictures of Europa. But we can't look at Antarctica. I mean, let's talk about it.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to look at this, Chrome, because right now I think I got to push a bunch of buttons but I would like to view all of Antarctica. I want to zoom in, and I don't want to see any pixelation.
And I want satellite images. Satellite images.
Why,
images.
Why can't we see whatever it is we want to see?
Open source. Google Maps.
I mean, if you want to, RDV.
What do you say?
I mean, shit, you just tell me how far to spread them, my boy. And let me know if I'm coming down with any cancer and such.
Yeah, I mean, shit. What you really know about it? You might check my PSA level.
Meryl Darrell, do you have the pictures of, can you find the pictures of the pyramids in Antarctica? I really wanted to run this other video for you guys, but I'm afraid it may get struck down again. You try to follow YouTube's orders, you follow their procedures, and they still strike you down. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I wish we did check the sea floors like that.
Mm-hmm.
Space capsule.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we don't invest the money to check out our own planet.
But it's dark down there. But they got sonar. They have things that they can take graphs of. right? I mean, it's dark, but we got ways of imaging that shit.
Damn, Harmonic Sonics just put up pyramid coordinates, supposedly. They say it's a mountain. They say a lot of things, don't they?
They say a lot. And then how do you verify what they say? Or are you just going to take them for what they say? We've already run a poll. Well over 3/4 of you don't trust your government. But when they tell you something like this, you say, oh, but our government says. How much are you going to take from that? What do we really know unless we were there or read in on some of this shit? And those who were read in on some of this shit, they not in this channel. If you are, you probably a goddamn spy, an informant from the synth mafia, trying to gather as much intel as humanly possible. We can't verify anything anymore in this modern age of society.
It's all a ruse.
What the hell can we verify anymore?
Apparently, there's these pyramids in Antarctica, and it's more than one. It's like a whole valley of them.
Yes. I mean, we find pyramids all over the world anyway. Why wouldn't they be
in Antarctica? Why should our belief just stop
there?
Like, just because they say it's all under ice. Like, does anyone remember when John Kerry, a U.S. representative, flew out to Antarctica for some
summit,
some meeting, and you never got the reason as to why they were out there? I know we have a military presence, so no one sneaks around on the old backside, but he wasn't out there for that. Does anyone remember when Obama went out to Antarctica on an emergency meeting or whatever it was to be witnessed out there? And then the other thing that the guy was going to say in the video we were watching was the Nazi regime were light years ahead in technology from the U.S., that their submarines could go twice the submarine depth in that time frame, which means it would go 800 to 1,000 feet underwater and under these ice sheets and resubmerge merely 50 feet away from surface. But as they did, they released some steam and created something like an igloo where it remained 60 degrees at all times. You were out of the elements. There was no wind. And they were basically creating things there, strangely enough. I mean, just think about that. These people weren't stupid. And yet you can't charter a plane over there because of security reasons. There's no tourists, there's no expeditions over there. The only place you can go if you wanted to take a cruise to Antarctica is they take you to the Davis station. That is the only place you can go. You can't venture off. You can't take hikes. You can only go there because it's historical. And then you get back on the boat. A lot of people want to know what's further.
Well, all I know is we're going to be left in the dark until something finally comes to surface. No pun there. I find it highly interesting that we know very little about the place. And how come we just can't commercially fly there on our own accord is of a different matter. You need to get permission to go to Antarctica. Why is that?
Space Capsule said, notice that we haven't heard much from the civilian space tourist polar flight that happened. Why did they? Okay, here's another thing, right?
And if that's a big feat, if that's a big accomplishment, wouldn't you want that publicized?
The ocean under Antarctica is wild. That's what Chrome is saying.
Yeah. But what does that look like then? Jesus.
What? Yeah. Go ahead and show this, Daryl. But that is a lot of scary things may be in Antarctica. Okay. Check these out. Now you're going to tell me that these are just mountains and they just form like that all the time?
Sure looks like they have four corners to me.
Let's consider this. Let's consider this. Look at this. Look at this.
Isn't that a star system we're looking at?
Isn't
like Orion's belt or something?
So they say the reason why the pyramid is so great for, structural purposes is because the wind hits it at every different angle and it's almost impervious to erosion, at least wind. But let's think about the things that are frozen on that continent. Let's remove the snow. Let's remove the ice sheet. Let's look at the raw land. We might be surprised to know that there could have been a complete different culture there or was there. I'm not talking aliens. I'm not going to go as far as to say I'm just not going to go that far. But what if, there was people there well before us?
Harmonic Sonic says that they might have had trees in there, he thinks. They found trees.
That trees, but what about different germs?
Oh, different bacteria.
What about different bacterias?
At some point, this was all thought out prior to the ice age it's currently going through.
Okay, Bicky said before the pole shift, it was tropical. Let's think about that.
And then if there's actual pyramids there that probably predate the ones in Egypt, let's think about that. Now we could say Antarctica may be the starting point. If what Bicky is saying is true, it was all jungle. And so with that jungle, they built pyramids, whatever they or who they were.
And I don't want to go to aliens, all right? I'm just not going to go to aliens.
But it's a possibility.
It's a possibility something came to this earth and set up shop.
I can't rule it out because I don't have the facts to.
That Nazi regime, they also think that there's bases hidden in the craters on the moon, that there were some weird structures that they were able to see with telescopes and whatever else they had. They were absolutely convinced that they were witnessing some weird structures on the moon. I don't know. It's like you can make this stuff up, but at what point do we stop believing?
And a lot of these pictures are taken before the AI craze, right? The AI picture craze has only been around for 3 years, right? 4 years at its famous. Not even then. not as big as it is right now. We got any pictures of the moon base?
Let me see if she's listening. She's probably not listening, but let me text her.
It's the problem with doing this shit live. We gotta physically look up the resource.
I mean, when your plans go to shit and you have to go on the fly and restructure your podcast, it's all good. That's just what we got to do. But we're doing it. But apparently, you know, a lot of people say, now I asked James Dyson this because he has a great telescope. James, have you ever seen anything on the moon that challenged your idea of what it could be? And as far as he told me, he hasn't seen anything yet. I mean, the moon is large. And I'm sure if he had maybe a few thousand laying around to upgrade his telescope, he might be able to tell us more. But you would think by now that there would be like, I don't know, a rover just showing people images of the moon. I mean, it's right there. They can just land on it to teach the students. Hey, look at the moon. A 24-hour moon cam. Like, we really don't have that? Why is that? Something like that seems like it's easily funded with tax dollars to educate the people. It's not like we're sending it to Mars or something. Roy says no budget for it. So where's the money going, Roy? Why don't we have a budget to educate the people, to silence the noise? It seems to me that they can end a whole lot of conspiracies if they just showed the people. He said it's all in Elon's pockets. Why hasn't he done something like this? I mean, who wouldn't want to see a rover moving around on the moon with 24-hour video, live video, just looking at the moon? I mean, that would be amazing. That would be a beautiful thing. Who wouldn't want to see that? That telescope gas. They said war. The money is all in the war. Roy said he don't give a shit. Yeah, it's hard to understand what that dude cares and doesn't care about. I mean, clearly he has enough money to end poverty, and according to him, that's not going to help anything. Huh? Kissing the Machine said, sometimes you don't need evidence. Now, that's a funny fucking thing. KTM came wild on that one.
Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just got to have the belief, the power of belief again. We used to do that back in the days. We used to believe each other. We used to be able to tell when someone was lying to us or not. We knew when somebody was serious and when someone was bullshitting. I did it a lot as a cop. I could tell who was lying to me. It's a valid point. I believe in the Roswell incident. I do believe an alien craft has come down there in New Mexico and has crashed. And people always say the thing like, but they're advanced, they're aliens. Why would they come so far just to crash? And then I would always counter that and say, we only think of them as advanced because we never seen their technology before. They could be still flawed like us with technology. Look at us. We're flawed. We have technology. Our airplanes we put in the sky, 99.9% of the time do not crash because it's safe. The UFOs different, not advanced, but different civilization with different technology could be just as accessible to experiencing crashes too. You're only wanting to look at things you choose to look at.
The mind. Greetings.
It's a perception. Who says that they're advanced? It's just technology you know nothing about. But what if they're 2,000 years in and we're 2,000 years in? But we're making different shit. Of course we're going to say it's advanced technology. Yeah, so it runs better than yours, only because they think a little different than you do. We could be parallel with other civilization in this great race, and they have different technology, but not as old as us. We got to think about shit like this. I'm trying to find moon pictures. I mean, who's with me here, people?
Okay. The mind says, and welcome in. The mind says, okay, now I'm going to tell a hypothetical scenario that is only fictional. It's not real, because if I say anything is real, then I'm crazy and potentially even legally liable. But one time I was working as a security guard at an Air Force base office, and they told me that the whole building lights would be shut off. I was supposed to secure the laboratory, and they told me if the lights shut off, I need to go into the room and make sure nothing goes in or out of the lab. The fuck? Make sure nothing goes in or out of the lab. I hope you was armed to the teeth. In that time, I came to realize that the alien ghosts are a thing, and I called my brother up. They realized that I didn't have the top security clearance that I needed to work there. And right after I called, my brother told him what was going on with weird shadows and I guess you told your brother what was going on with weird shadows and noises. I got in the car and it took me out. Or I'm guessing they put you in the car and took you out of the facility. Now, what do y'all make of that?
It's a fantastical tale.
I'll take it at face value. Could be true, could be false, but
Roy says it's a terrible script.
I'm not going to discredit this person, because things like this could happen.
See, that's the thing, though, and I think Roy puts a great little point to that. People are going to believe what they want to believe, and then the mind set it up to where the mind protected itself.
Is this the moon, Daryl, or is this Mars? Which one is this? This is from the YouTube channel that I watch called Mars Anomaly. And this anomaly is from Mars. I mean, a lot of these things look like pieces of machinery, things strewn apart. Oh, Hans Volt says something interesting. I'm a guy that doesn't speculate. I need to see things for myself to believe it. So I believe things are and aren't at the same time.
See, Hans is with me. What do I always say? I always say that I'm 50 in and 50 out. 1 foot in the tub of water, 1 foot out, just so I have something else to fall back on.
Yeah, I have no reason not to believe the mind.
But the thing is, and we all say it, everybody says it, they know it. It has to be done right in front of you to believe it.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because in a society right now where AI can do a full-on news clipping, where you can't tell none the wiser, or where people or photos are being doctored by AI.
Yeah, there's
That shit's out the window now. The truth is forever going to be elusive. You'll never see the truth ever again.
I mean, what about the Montauk experiments?
Listen to me. From here on out,
What about that?
somebody could tell you anything. You can go back and look up anything. The Montauk experiment, right? Experiment. How do you vet that? How do you vet what you're reading and what you're finding, or what someone else is saying?
Because there's people who actually went and
Okay, but how do you
investigated
But how do you know for sure?
You just got to take it for the truth.
There you go. And I'm telling you, the truth is out the window. It's all subjective. There is no truth anymore. It's either you believe or you don't. Or you like Hans and I. We're 50-50. We have no skin in the game. Is it possible? 100%. Is it not possible? 100%.
Schrodinger's cat. Until observation, I think that's what Royd is saying. Or upon observation.
Upon
or
observation.
If you even observe.
But here's the thing, though. Now that we said that, now that we discussed all that, and we know our government lies to us, what's so hard about believing that some of this shit is actually true?
I'm okay. Y'all may laugh at me, but I'm kind of with the mind. Like, I've seen some shit like Montauk experiments, a bunch of wild experiments. Like, why wouldn't this person go through something like this? And if they have something to lose, nothing to lose, why discredit them straight off the bat? Why do that, though? I mean, yeah, you could type anything into anyone's comment section. That's fine. I get it. And to each his own. Whatever one man thinks is fine. But it doesn't seem unbelievable to me. I'm sorry. It just doesn't seem unbelievable. I'd rather not be believed.
Because the truth is scary.
That's what I'm talking about.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, people. Answer me this. As we all sit here and we talk about it, like we all literally talk about it. But if an alien manifested itself right in front of your very living room, studio, wherever you are, hypothetical, a full-on alien, do you think your fragile mind is ready to experience that? Outside of what your imagination tells you, because it's just your imagination at this point,
Right.
Do you think your fragile mind, if the paradigm of your mind has been broken down, are you able to attain and compose yourself in front of this profound finding? Can you actually look at something other than yourself right now and keep your shit together?
Right.
Do you think you're safe enough to do that? And you can't revert to what you think, right? Because that's just what you think. It's your imagination. You're only assuming because you haven't met this entity. And let's just say it was like not even threatening. Looked pleasing. How does that fuck you up?
Chrome said, is it the aliens' dinner time? It might be. I know I'm getting fucking hungry. It's just fascinating on what the truth is going to look like from here off. But, you know.
Harmonic Sonic said it perfectly because I'm with harmonics. I don't know if I can take that.
Probably couldn't.
I probably could not. I like to sit here and think that, yeah, by myself, I could probably do that. Fuck no. No, I don't think I'm ready for that. Now, if it's in a mass of people, if it's in the masses, and I had that comfort, and again, you're hoping that they don't nuke your ass, whatever fucking death rate they have, because they're taking a chance with humans, a big chance.
I don't know if I saw that movie, Hans. Kissing the Machine said, I met my mother-in-law and I'm still here. God damn, KTM. So there's that. And there's a scene where they hug.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, mind. Yeah, I saw the previews to that, Hans, but I just, the name.
Wait, are you talking about
the name forgets me.
aliens
It's
and
not
and the face huggers?
No, it's not aliens.
Oh.
It's not aliens. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just sometimes it's just good to be open-minded. Have one foot in the bathwater, have one out.
Yeah, I'll never not believe what someone's saying. I'm just gonna take it in for what it is.
Yeah, I'll
for
just
what
that
this
is.
person is telling me. Only because I've had my own experience into some strange things where it's now like, okay, now I want to know what everybody else is experiencing.
And I would love to sit here and tell you guys about my near-death experience and how I left my body and I was in this other space and time, right? I mean, I tell the story on this podcast. You can go back in our podcast playlist, not even in the playlist, the long form videos, and just look up the near-death experience. I tell my story, and I always say this, my story was tailored to me. It'll stick with me for the rest of my life, and I'll always know it to be my universal fact. My universal fact, not yours.
Yeah. Before we get out of here, because y'all really need to go watch that video if you really want to hear his story on near death. But before we get out of here, like him and I experienced some crazy things. Some of it we will probably never talk about because it just sounds too crazy.
So fantastical.
But when a person like, and this is a new person, when a new person like the mind comes in, well, as far as I know, it's a new person, comes in with a story like that, to me is highly believable, highly plausible.
Yeah, whether it's made up, a script or not. Because that's the kind of world we live in. Cork came in and saw a UFO, tried to tell us about it, and some people shut him down. Other peoples were listening. But that's the dichotomy of it all, the individual mind state.
Oh, it's called Spaceman. Dude meets a huge telepathic tarantula. I know I got to watch this shit, Hans.
Yep.
Look up the hug scene. When you gonna give us another Backrooms?
Yeah,
and make it long.
Stop fucking around. Honestly, you I think you done fucking around. You got all this time to sit here and watch us run our goddamn mouth, but you can't give me another Backrooms? And I want more audio. I want more goddamn discussion.
Right? I mean, just give us another fucking Backrooms video, bro. And put the dialogue in there.
Stop bullshitting us. Why are you doing that? There's no need.
Okay, before we get out of here, let me tell you about okay, we call them a ringing event. And I'm going to tell this story in the fastest way possible because I'm hungry as fuck. And most of y'all ain't going to want to fucking even take the time to really listen to me on this. So let me say this real quick. We have this experience. We call it the in-between when we go there. It normally happens when we've been sleep deprived.
99.9% of the time, it's the only way you can manage to get in this state of consciousness.
In this state of consciousness. Okay. So I'm doing my thing. I wake up at 3 a.m. That's when I know, okay, I'm going to be up for a few hours. And if I don't have to work the following morning or, in a few hours, I'm able to go back to sleep. On this particular day, I woke up at 3 a.m. I was up for about 3 hours and I was able to go back to sleep. My entire body vibrated. My ears rang. The loudest ring you would ever hear. And then as the faster my body vibrated, which is, I don't know how it sounds, but I'm trying to use the best description as possible. It seemed like I was being transitioned into something else. All of a sudden, my eyes opened and I'm in this huge bed. And I'm in someone's room that I can't even figure out like who it could be. It's like, it's not my friends, it's not my mother's, it's not anybody I've ever known. I'm in this huge master bedroom in this huge bed. Now here's where things get kind of creepy. The sheets were sand brown. The sheet I was laying on, you know, the stretchy one that goes over the mattress, that was sand brown. And the quilt, I think it was like brown and white. The pillows matched. I had a t-shirt on and some underwear. And I looked over to the left, and it looked like someone was laying there, or someone had went to bed with me and had just recently got up. The walls are white as far as I can remember. There was a long dresser on my right. Beautiful dresser, wood, with an awesome finish on it. There was a ceiling fan, freshly painted walls. The floors, I believe them to be wood with rugs on them. There was a window right behind me. That was the actual headboard, was an actual window. I was like in my mind, like, this is a great feng shui. On the dresser, there were pictures of people I didn't recognize. And on the dresser, there was also a mirror. To the left, there was a door that you can exit out of this master bedroom. On the dresser, at the very edge, to my right, was like a radio, but it wasn't an old school radio. It was just a wooden radio. And there was a ball game going on. And it was baseball. I don't even remember the team. Don't ask me. But they were playing ball, and I could hear the guy on the radio calling it. And it's early morning. You could see the sun come through the window. And just as I'm talking to you right now, time was passing by just like this, by the second. And I'm taking it all in. All of my thoughts are there, just as I'm thinking now. And I go, where am I? And I turn around and I look out the window, and it's a street I'm not familiar with, and there's a car in the driveway. And there's this woman. I can't make her out, but she's dressed up. She hops in the car, and it felt like that was the woman that was in the house that was laying next to me. I don't know how long ago, but it felt like that was her. She backed out of the driveway. She took the time to look left, right, waited a few more seconds, backed out, got to the corner. I watched her make a left. I'm watching this second by second. Then I turn I turn my head to my right, and I look down the street, and there's a guy that hops out of a regular pickup truck. He hops out. He grabs his jacket that looked like it was a fireman's jacket in a bag. He had a hat on, and his fireman pants, and he walked into the house. Second by second, he walked into the house. And I look down then I look up. I go, I need to let me see the sun. I look at the sun, it's blinding, but it's the sun. I can feel the heat on it. The rays come through the window. There's birds. I mean, I couldn't distinguish that from this. There was nothing I was there, and I was confused as to why I was there. And so I turned around and I kind of sat up in bed like this. And I said to myself, okay, Lamont, where are we? That's exactly how I said it to myself. Lamont, where are we? What the fuck is going on? What are we doing? I don't recognize these people in the picture. This room is legit. Don't get me wrong. It's nice and clean, but where am I?
The feng shui was
The feng
great.
shui is on point. And I started to freak out. I started to freak the fuck out because I didn't know what I was supposed to do next, and I didn't know how to get out of there. And I was freaking out inside this fucking place. It wasn't a dream.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted out, and I just didn't know. I didn't know what to do, who to call. And I figured to myself, okay, look, I think I just need to lay back down and try to close my eyes and figure out a way. It has to be the same way I came in is the same way I get out.
Right.
Right? And so I laid down and I just had to control myself from freaking out because I was freaking out. And the more I freaked out, the more my eyes started to go like from side to side. Then it started to go side to side faster. And then I could feel this same motion go from head to toe. And then everything's picking up speed. Like I'm just going back into that state. And I knew I was. And I was like, okay, yeah, let's keep doing this. Keep freaking out. Try to wake up. Try to do something. And it just got faster and faster. The ears started to ring again. And just like that, I opened my eyes. There's the wife. I'm back in my room. It's early morning. I'm not tired. It was as if I was up the entire time. I wasn't groggy, nothing.
What if it was a lucid dream?
If I know what a lucid dream is.
Right.
I've had many lucid dreams.
Yeah.
I've had many vivid dreams.
Right.
Wherever I was transported to was something different because I was in the waking mindset still.
Mm-hmm.
I was calculating everything still. I was looking at everything and everything was as it is here.
Right.
And I couldn't leave that place. So do what you want with that information.
Fascinating.
Maybe you believe me. Maybe you don't. Maybe you experience something like that.
Maybe you won't.
Maybe you won't. But that's my experience. And I have many more. That's like it.
I have many more. That's like his. Bicky says he has.
Bicky has. He went somewhere. You know when it's a dream. You know when you're in the same reality, but it's not yours. The mind said, I've never experienced something like that.
Well, there you go.
Not that drastic.
Not that drastic. You haven't even heard my story yet.
And he had lucid dreams, but not like that. I've had plenty of lucid dreams too, and I know what lucid dreams are.
Yeah.
I know when you recognize you're in a dream and you, I'm going to fly here now and do this.
You see how it goes though? When you have an experience, you see how you have to hurry up and defend it. You see how you have to hurry up and just give it some sort of defense before people start tearing your story down though. You see why people don't want to say anything? Could you imagine those who never said anything or who don't want to say anything and they actually went through some shit? We would never know because we would judge them heavily on it. That's a crazy thing.
And people always give me this answer, and I get tired of this answer. The mind is a powerful thing. Well, yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
But until you experience what I've experienced or what he's experienced, you can miss me with that bullshit because there's something going on that we don't know about. And it's strange. We could be tied to other dimensions. Us being twins, we've had some strange shit happen to us that I know a lot of twins won't talk about.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it is on some weird telepathy shit. I'm going to tell you right now, that shit is real. But who believes you? Who actually trusts that what you're seeing is what you're seeing and what you're saying is what you're saying? A lot of people need more, and I get that. I needed more too because I was such a skeptic. And then a bunch of things just started happening to me to the point now where we would have to get on forums or the Bob Moreau Institute, if you know about it, you know about it, where we would find people there who had everything in common with what we were seeing.
And and what we're talking about, like the description of it.
Right. Go to the Moreau Institute.
Bob Moreau.
We're still trying to save money. We want to put ourselves or take ourselves to this facility. Some people say, don't do it. But that's just fear mongering. These are people dedicated to studying people who have these types of things where you have nowhere else to go. Go there.
Hans says the mind is only as powerful as the blood will allow it to be.
There you go.
Hans think blood is the powerful, is the gas, the juice that runs the mind. The body is above all.
I don't know.
Vicky says do it.
We want to. For those of you who know about
okay. Hans says body, not blood.
Yeah. For those of you who know, like the Moreau Institute is legit.
Yeah, it's super legit.
Remote viewers, psychics, telepathic people who can transition into different dimensions. They're studying this. They actually are trying to pay certain people to come to the program. Free room and board. Full disclosure. Family can come whenever they want. They show everything. They show all the studies. They show you where everything is going. There's nothing hidden behind smoke and mirrors. And the government won't fund them.
What if somebody proved it to us right now? A lot of us will still say, I don't trust my lying eyes. It's crazy. This is how far it's gotten.
And that's the thing, Hans Vogt. Just because a radio breaks, does that mean the signal is gone? Just because your personal cell phone dies out, does that mean your information is lost? The signal is gone. It's no longer coming to you. It's still there. You just don't have that body to transmit it. You don't have the corporeal to get the signal out. You got to go non-corporeal. And what does that look like if we go non-corporeal? I think then we start to see with our celestial eyes. We start to see the sound waves and the things we couldn't see in this third dimension.
Yeah, you could be right and you could be wrong.
With limited vision.
And that's the beauty of it.
That's the beauty of it. That's what I'm saying.
Because that just
go 50-50.
It all goes back. It all goes back to if the universe can create a consciousness aware of itself, then anything is possible.
What else can it create?
What else can it do?
Because this is only one, not even 1%. This is just one of the facets.
If the universe can create a consciousness, not only that, the universe can manipulate itself and put itself into a state of being, a state of shock, to have self-amnesia and run multiple scenarios about life.
I thought about using that as a video too, Cressy. I really thought about using that as a video idea. I think you're tapping into the same ideas, and here we go again.
But they're not dreams, and that's the thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't classify them as a dream.
But I get what you're saying. That's the only vernacular you have for shit like this.
But I mean, there it goes again. Is our thoughts our thoughts? Why would Cressy just say something I've been thinking for a long time? It's only inevitable. Like, we're just pulling these thoughts out of where?
Yeah, Vicky says the universe is consciousness. The universe is a sea of consciousness.
Right.
What I'm curious about is what's dark matter. What is that? Is dark matter the ocean?
Is that the grand?
Is if you're in the ocean and you, as a fish, you're surrounded by ocean. Yeah, you can breathe it because it's oxygenated, but it's a proverbial dark matter.
Right. Do you really see it as just water?
Do you really see it?
Or are you just living in it?
And you have things floating around in this ocean. You have cosmos and galaxies and stars and gas giants and black holes and supernovas.
And that's the thing too, Hans Vogt. Like, if someone speaks it and they truly believe it, boy, it certainly becomes reality for them.
And
I mean, a lot of people believe in God and the devil, right?
Yeah.
And angels. They believe so hard that you can't shake them from it, even though they've never seen it, even though it could be a story.
That means the universe is teaching and learning from itself. You realize that. If we're going to sit here and say, let's just give scientists a little bit of truth, or let's just take their word for it a little bit. And even now we're second guessing that the universe started with a Big Bang.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just play that theory out.
Right.
There's the Big Bang, and boom, consciousness. And boom, not only consciousness, but let me replicate myself in multiple different facets and acknowledge that I am consciousness.
Right.
And now I'm going to live out all these lives, and I'm going to learn and teach myself. And I'm going to have the amnesia state again, and I'm going to make this cycle. The Earth is just one facet, but planet Uknar will have its own thing. And in that galaxy, the trillionth galaxy over there, it's going to have its own thing. And if the Big Bang was started, you got to ask yourself then, where did that come from?
Han said, that's how I started my family. Okay, hang on. Hans said, I do believe in consciousness creates reality. Okay, that is profound right there, because if consciousness creates reality, then it must be a grand field. It must be something that the brain picks up. It doesn't live in the brain in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that the brain picks up like a signal. Where does the imagination come from? Consciousness, a shared consciousness. Like, to me, it would have to be a shared consciousness. Imagination is the consciousness manifesting something in that grand field. So you don't have to speak words to communicate to the grand field, right? Like, if you want to imagine something, imagine yourself in the red car with the cowboy hat and the dog in the passenger seat. Can you picture it? You manifested it. You conjured that up out of the grand field. I don't think consciousness lives within the brain. I think the brain picks up these signals, just like our radios, our TVs, our cell phones.
It's like a biological receiver. Think of your organs as a biological receiver. And think of your consciousness, your soul, your spirit, the host, as the cell. So technically, we're biological mechs.
Oh, Bicky, like mentalism. Like, I mean, I think when you do the okay, Bicky, I think you tap into something with mentalism. And I agree with you. I don't think there was a Big Bang either. I think everything has been here as it's been here, and maybe it's an infinite loop. Maybe it's multi-dimensional, where, you know, black holes are stacked on top of black holes, and you enter these different universes. Like, a Big Bang just seems fishy.
Sammy says, if you were born in a box like a nugget hooked up to an IV with no sound or people for 20 years, what would you imagine? What would you conjure, and what would you dream about if you have no experience? What would the thoughts, what would the mind, what would your consciousness illustrate without experience? I'm sure you're aware of yourself, but what painting or abstract? And for Cressy, where were you before you were born? And I think that's part of the universal amnesia.
And I mean, what makes you think too, you won't come back to this if you've already experienced it?
Right. Truly, there's a starting point to you, if you want to say that. Truly, there's a starting point to all of us, because you have to come from something to become something, right?
Hold on. The real Wayno says radiation from the bang spans the past, present, and future. Radiation can transport information like radio waves. I would agree with that, but I think that's going on in the universe regardless. But especially like neutrinos could be harvesting information as they pass through mass and find their way through Earth, like literally dropping bombs in your mind.
You never, I mean, neutrinos they say can go faster than the speed of light. Who says they can't hold data? I mean, we don't know that.
I mean, a neutrino is not mass, though, but I believe neutrinos are bits of information.
Right. It could hold data. I don't know the studies behind it, nor do I know how to quantify any of this. I don't. I'm only taking the word from our teachers, the people that have done the legwork. How do we know that there's not a field of data being streamed to us?
Warheart Art says, energy exists at the speed of light, even us.
So we're light. So let's entertain that. If we're actual fragments of light at a different vibrational state.
I think we're just light slowed down.
Light slowed down.
Mass could be light extremely slowed down. I mean, who would agree with that? I mean, do we ever really touch this? They didn't teach this shit growing up. So we have to sit here and we got to play games and we got to guess and we got to stretch our imaginations as to what's really going on here. I think the James Webb Telescope just pretty much wrapped up. There was no Big Bang.
Okay, so Cressy says neutrinos do not travel faster than the speed of light, while an experiment in 2011 initially suggested that they might. So, I mean, there you go. I'm going off some old fucking facts. You got to stay up with this shit. If there's a stream of consciousness, that's nuts. And that's
right.
That's the thing that we need to think about.
I mean, Warheart Arts, let's think about the native people, right? Go with me on this. Just go with me on this. With the primitive mindset they had, but the sheer understanding of their art, pottery, and the way they dressed and the way they were tapped into a source that was omnipotent with the animals and with the environment. I mean, they were tapped in. They had to have known that their ancestors, someone may have even seen an entity or a ghost of their ancestors, and the spirits were formed. Their beliefs were aligned.
But they was on a lot of peyote too and mushrooms.
I mean,
and
but you can't blame everything on fucking drugs.
And I'm saying maybe some of that shit was you get glimpses into the window.
I'm sure.
I'm still not sold on drugs not being some sort of booster to heighten our perception of the unknown.
Anything that slows the activity of the mind, you start to see the real world. Right. I'm with you, but you know, the natives were kind of on to something. Okay, he said his wife and kids are Navajo. But Hans Vogt says, I don't believe shit anyone tells me.
That's a safe way of living. You ain't got to believe it.
If you don't want to go down those holes,
you don't have to.
Sometimes a man got to see it for himself.
That's it.
And unfortunately, I think we're going to go further and further into that world. Because a lot of things I see now, especially with the technology I know we have,
we're in for it.
I don't know if what we're seeing now is even accurate.
We're in for it. It's only going to get better. AI is only going to get better, and in the right hands, with the right artist and the right storyteller with the perfect narrative.
Warheart Art says, yes, there are legends, paintings, and caves. Peyote is one aspect in native church.
And I'm sure they're dosing
Simon Greatbatch says, I don't believe you, Hans. Warheart Arts, but hardly what it's all about.
Yep. You know, the hieroglyphs.
Welcome in, Simon.
In some of these like Hopi tribes and other tribes, they illustrate these alien figures, what I can perceive as alien figures. They were so accurate and detailed about other things that roam the earth, but when they draw something that looks like we're saying what we're seeing now, it's got a resemblance. You have to weigh that shit. Sometimes you just gotta say, maybe I believe or I don't, but it's possible. Because the possible part opens you up from getting out of the box.
Yes.
And then you can openly discuss it. And the more that you scratch the surface, the more another layer shows up. The more you peel back that layer, another layer. And then thus the rabbit hole continues.
I mean, in honesty, the only way one is truly going to learn something from all of this is why we like having these conversations. They're fun. At the end of the day, they're fun, and it beats talking about shit we know already, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is fun. But the only way people are really going to want to know answers is if they do the investigative work themselves. And once you invest your time and your effort, and they say, once you make more than one connection that it could be plausible, you're sucked in. Because once you realize if we're possible, anything's possible. Hans Vogt said, let's talk about CVAs.
Yeah, y'all do that. We can
Let's talk about voltage control.
I want to talk about Pino Palladino's fretless bass that I could probably get my bad boy hands on.
Indeed, the rabbit hole goes as deep as you wish. Is there anyone reporting to, can you pull that up and read it? I can't see it from here.
Is there anyone reporting to remote view outside of our universe? If not, that confirms we're contained to information within or within multiple universes.
That's a good fucking statement there and question. Is there anyone? I like
Michio, who's a physicist. I like Michio Kaku's view on some things, and this particular one is if I had multiple sheets of paper and I stacked them on stack, and each sheet of paper represented a universe, and each black hole that extracts matter sends matter to each universe, creating this chain effect, this constant flow of multiple universes being shared. It just goes back to say, if they're black holes and they're sucking in light and matter, but where does the black hole lead to? Every end has a beginning, and every beginning has an end. If we're to go on our knowledge of things, and we all know that our ideals and education and knowledge only pertains to Earth. It doesn't pertain to the rest of the fucking universe. I'm not that egotistical.
Plenty of people report spiritual journeys possibly outside the universe. Warheart Arts, I don't know. Look up the Quechan tribe of Yuma. You have a history of almost
destroying California before it became a state.
Oh, Hans Vogt said, I know a guy who knows a remote viewer.
But Hans, you don't know that for sure, right?
You just know a guy that knows
even
a remote viewer.
Even if he remote viewed in front of you, how do you know? Hans, my boy, how do you know?
Shout out to the remote viewers out of the Moreau Project. I know Half God, Half Beast knows about it. I know Roy Droy Void knows about that.
The CIA has run multiple experiments on this, spent dozens of millions of dollars. So if the CIA is willing to put a little skin in the game, then I don't know.
Hans Vogt says, I know a guy who told me a story. I don't know if I believe that, Hans, baby.
I think, Hans, you need to go back to what you were saying, my boy. You got to be 50 in.
Don't believe in any
out.
of that. Don't believe in what people tell you, Hans. They're lying to you. Even if you think they're your best friend, they have something that needs to be gained. They're lying to you. Don't believe in Hans. Don't go in the rabbit hole.
Hans,
don't do it, Hans.
Hans, my house is burning down. I need help, man. Could you help me send a fire truck? For whatever reason, it only let me dial you, but my house is burning. Just call 911 for me, please.
Well, Hans said, I never said I believed it.
And Hans is like, nah, man, I don't believe your shit is burning down. I'm HV, baby.
He said, my best friend is a synthesizer.
You see what I'm saying? He's already, you humans don't mean anything to my boy Hans.
I've just found relations with a synthesizer because it doesn't have these wild ideations.
It won't make fun of me, or it won't lead me astray. It'll never turn its back on me. It'll just let me control it by manipulating the ivories.
Look up David Engelman on how the brain works. You need to check out a book too, Probes. I got to find it. It's around here somewhere. It was given to me by Unit
But
E.
even then, that's just
I need to send it back
it's
to
just
him.
it's just that person's ideals. I could tell you to go read a book by Dr. Raymond Moody, a researcher in near-death experiences, on how it's turned him to a firm believer that the life goes on outside of the body.
Hans said, Ashley,
It's crazy, Probes.
I'm bullshit.
Fascinating.
My best friend is my wife. Cue the, oh. Hey, look, you ain't the only one in that boat.
Hans,
I don't even have my own mind, Hans. My wife has my mind. I'm just allowed to speak today.
Hans at work, and Hans' wife says, I didn't make no goddamn dinner for your punk ass. And Han goes, I don't believe you. I don't believe you didn't make me no damn dinner for my punk ass. And he gets home and there ain't no dinner made. But Han didn't want to believe. He says, I don't need to believe y'all until I see it myself.
Oh, shit.
It took Hans to go home to see that dinner wasn't made for him to know that he wasn't eating. And the motherfucker drove by McDonald's on the way there. He could have had something to eat. He was already out. All he had to do was believe.
Easy to speculate about psychophysics.
It's crazy.
I was shown the universe
Operates like a giant brain where thoughts could affect your reality.
Damn, and boy, don't they?
Don't they?
I mean, I know a lot of y'all, I got to get out of here soon, but I know a lot of y'all let your thoughts fuck your mind up. You create the worst story, and then you go and you live through it, and then you realize, shit, it wasn't as bad as I conjured it up to be.
Your imagination is worse than reality.
Your
100%.
mind will fuck you over. It'll convince you of anything.
It 100% will.
And I'm going to leave this question with you guys, and be honest. Be honest. Who taught you to be a skeptic? Who taught you to not believe in others? Who taught you to, this is multiple questions. Who taught you to just shut down and believe as I believe? Don't trust anyone. Whatever happened to being 50-50 on a situation? Whatever happened to if a person took the time to tell you something, don't ridicule them. Just go, interesting, and leave it at that. What happened to these days? We are acting on someone else's ideation. And someone in a suit and a tie said, what normal is to be this, and we're mimicking it.
Yeah, eat that question up. We're going to get out of here. Eat it up.
Y'all eat that shit up.
Hit us back tomorrow.
Be honest with yourselves.
We'll be here at the same S.O.R time.
Tomorrow is Friday.
On the same S.O.R channel.
We have popcorn night. Submit something. If you were a musician, if you are an artist, or if you just storytell.
Or if you just want to sit back, relax, and watch some shit. Listen to some shit.
Warheart Arts. I've watched you storytell some comic books. Y'all go check that man's channel out.
Send it on to Popcorn Jams.
What about the mind? What's the mind into? Are you into music? Are you a music composer?
Let us know.
What do you do for your pastime? Who was the other new person that came in? The real Wayno. What do you do? Come back Friday and see what most of these people do. and what they're excelling at. These are phenomenal musicians. You never heard the likes of these people. The Probes, the Half God, Half Beast, the Synth Samurai, the Hans Volt, the Warheart Arts, Traitor to the Living. This world needs a hero. The Real Wayno. Check out some of these musicians. Their music suggests that there's something more to us that we can't see.
The Doommonger.
The Doommonger. You're really missing out if you ain't tapped into the Doommonger. The Synth Samurai would play things like, I'm about to send you out your body right now. You ain't even got a goddamn clue I'm gonna do it.
You just go with it because it feels right. You ever seen a manus with butt cheeks glued to his ass? Catch y'all later. Love you, bye.
And shout out to Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan died at the age of 71. Shout out to Malcolm Jamal Warner. And shout out to Ozzy. Celebrities are dying in threes still, baby.